How Nigeria and Garnet Roar will step out, missing quite a few players, but Iheanacho will be up there along with Onazi, who's going to be wearing the captain's armband, in the Arsenal product Alex Iwobi. Keep an eye on Elderson out at that left back spot. And as far as South Africa and Stuart Baxter go, 17 straight without defeat, 8 of those draws though. It will be Zwane in the attack, and we'll find out how that goes. Off to Uyo and all the action.
It's down to business. And we're underway. Nigeria, of course, in their traditional all green. South Africans all in yellow today. Today's referee, Youssef Esrairi of Tunisia. His assistants, compatriots Anwar Himila and Yamen Malulchi. Well, can South Africa shrug off those poor historic performances against the Nigerians, get themselves off to a winning start? Stay with us and find out. Fairly humid late afternoon in Uyo. It's about 28 degrees or so at the start of play. Pretty humid. Just the slightest of breezes. Oh, Super Eagles rule the game, reads the poster. Just over a minute in. Uyo, as I say, more than 600 kilometers away, both from Abuja and Lagos. It's the capital of the oil-producing state of Akwa, Ibom. A little bit of a geographical pointer to you. Little in the way of footballing pointers in these opening 2 minutes. The sides just psyching each other out. South Africa just starting to come under pressure here as the Nigerians look to find their game. A push there on Abdullahi Shehu. Well, South Africa, like the Nigerians, failed to make it to AFCON 17 under their former coach Ephraim Mashaba. Hence the phone call to Stuart Baxter to come and reprise the work he started in 2004. Much water has flowed under the bridge since then, of course. Break off as the Nigerians break down the left, but he will be, well, a bit of a chase on there. Wins the corner nonetheless from the left. Taken by Etebo. Nigeria now cranking up the early pressure. So corner again from Etebo. Well, it was William Ekong went up for the header, didn't really get the meat on it. The man from Belgian side Ghent. We have 3 English Premier League starters in this Nigerian side this afternoon. Wilfred Ndidi, of course, midfielder from Leicester. Kelechi Iheanacho of Manchester City up front. And also up front, Alex Iwobi of Arsenal. The South African starting 11, all home-based, save for forward Anthony Tokelo, who plays his football in Turkey with Gençler Birliği. And apologies to Turks for my not particularly accurate Turkish pronunciation, no doubt. It's a language I'm afraid I don't know. So the South Africans sticking with homegrown men for the most part. Nigeria's goalkeeper, Daniel Akpeyi, is actually based in South Africa with Chippa United. Can he put one over his adopted country this afternoon? We shall have to see. We've had 5 minutes. Nigeria 0, South Africa 0. In this Group E encounter. Nigerians look to build from deep with Shehu Abdullahi. Plays his football in Cyprus with Almathosis. Now down the right, I beg your pardon. Simon Moses. Well, Iheanacho really. It's a mark of a player who's had a rather long season in the English Premier League. He was very slow to that one. A long, rather aimless ball played forward is cut out. The Nigerians bring it away with Ekong. Skipper Eddie Ogenyi called to his feet. Etebo plays it forward now, looking for the number 40. Well, it was too long, overhit for Iheanacho. Good idea, but needed to float it in a bit closer to the Manchester City striker's feet. Instead, an easy pickup for Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper Itumeleng. Well, also in this group, Libya and the Seychelles, both very much to make up the numbers, one would assume. But last night in Cairo, Libya dispatched Seychelles 5-1. So the Libyans off to a good start. If the Seychelles are ultra minnows, you can only beat what's put in front of you. And the Libyans did so. Without further ado, last night. Well, of course, with World Cup qualifiers taking centre stage over the coming months, the next CAN 19 qualifiers will be some months away, next March. South Africa will be having a double header with Libya, while the Nigerians will do the same against the Seychelles. And anything less than 6 points on the board for Nigeria in those two games would be a major shock. But one should imagine they will come through both of those encounters fairly comfortably. Having to work here, though. They break down the right with Shehu Abdullahi. Now, Simon Moses. Abdullahi in support. Well, South Africa clear their lines through Dean Furman of Supersports. It's a corner which Iheanacho will take. We've had 9 minutes, goalless between Nigeria and South Africa. Nigerian hosts now being urged to make the most of this corner from the right. Iheanacho lofts it in, eludes everybody, for a throw to the South Africans. It was 1957 that this tournament began. A very mini manifestation of it was in those days. Egypt seeing off Ethiopia, Sudan being the only other participants back then. Sudan indeed were the hosts on that occasion. And the Nigerians to build deep with Etebo. Flick forward. And, oh! Well, should have kept that down. Ndidi, the Leicester midfielder, just thumping that high and wide. Well, the Nigerians starting to move through the gears. Just flick forward, they headed out. And then, well, he brought it down, but got his foot well under it, Ndidi. The chance goes begging. South Africa now have a throw midway inside the Nigerian half. Left flank. Joseph Tebogo will take it from Mamelodi Sundowns. Zwane having to play it back, and indeed now it's all the way back with the keeper, Itumeleng. Shehu Abdullahi lofts a ball in there. Two men can chase. Moses is one of them. He loses out. Bustling Lorenzo Kagan. Fred side Montpellier loses out there. Now bursting into the area. It's cut out. Well, he's claiming handball as Etebo. Officials are not interested. It will be a corner, which Etebo will take. A thrilling burst into the area, but came to little. So another corner from the right. Oh, not a particularly convincing effort at a claim by Itumeleng there, but South Africa managing to clear their lines. Only as far as Abdullahi. Well, Simon just trying to float that in, but nobody read it. Now, nice ball through from Kagan, who now cuts in on the left into the box, but it's cleared emphatically by Ekong for a South African corner. Nice back heel there from Vilakazi Sibusiso. Ekong dealt with Kagan at the expense of a corner, which Kagan himself will take from the left flank. Akpeyi just organising his back four. The Nigerian goal. Here is the delivery, left-footed from Kagan. It's cleared only as far as Tebogo. Nigerians are able to bring the ball away with Ndidi. Swapping the hurly-burly of the Premier League and the Champions League with Leicester for this qualifier. Long season for him. Now long ball forward. Well, that was well read as Iwobi burst in. I think Furman who got the clearance in the end. Well, we've passed the quarter-hour mark. We're goalless here. If you're just tuning in, warm welcome. Nigeria 0, South Africa 0 in the CAN 19 qualifying Group E. Just getting underway for these two sides. Managing to squeeze all of this in between World Cup qualifiers and long league seasons. As I say, the Nigerian side, well, just a quick run down there. 11, the goalkeeper, Daniel Akpeyi, based in South Africa with Chipper. Fullback, Chidozie Awaziem from Porto. Echejile Elderson playing in Gijón in Spain. Fellow defender Paul Ekong playing in Ghent in Belgium. And of course Ndidi at Leicester. Fellow midfielder Peter Etebo in Firenze in Portugal. Shehu's been busy so far. Defence and deep midfield. He's with Anathosis in Cyprus. Iheanacho, of course, is at Manchester City. Moses Simon at Ghent, as is Ekong. And then on Onazi, Eddie at Trabzonspor in Turkey, and Alex Iwobi at Arsenal. So, a much-travelled squad, unlike the South African one. There'll be some weary legs in that Nigerian squad. Nonetheless, donning the national shirt so often injects that extra bit of pride in the chest. Nigeria in particular with a proud tradition. The Super Eagles, of course, enjoyed their purple patch really in the mid-1990s with getting to the second round of the World Cup. One of their more notable international achievements. Back in 1994. It's a dim memory now, but I remember Roberto Baggio scoring twice for Italy to deny Nigeria a place in the quarterfinals of the 1994 World Cup in the United States. Still, quarterfinals a bridge too far for African sides to date. Nigeria dared to dream after Emmanuel Amunike put them ahead in that match before Baggio turned things around. course, Nigeria also won the Olympic crown in the States in 1996, so the USA proving to be a venue that certainly met with their footballing favour in the mid-90s. Knocked out Mexico, Brazil, Argentina along the way. Game just lacking a little inspiration these opening 20 minutes. Stalemate. The South Africans standing firm. Is Group E, just starting off today, match day 1. Libya beating the Seychelles last night in Egypt. Libya, of course, still unable to play home games because of the security situation, and well, the South African defence really all at sea there, and Etebo should have done far better, the Ferenzi man. Goes down holding his head. South Africans were all at sea there, and it was Iheanacho who played the ball across to Etebo, and he just snatched at it. Left-footed, wide it goes. We're halfway through this first half. Nigeria frustrated in their attempts to break the deadlock. South Africa now breaking quickly down the right flank. Oh, Timber wants the corner. He won't get it, and it is Daniel Akpeyi who will take his kick for Nigeria. Long's headed on by Ndidi. Etebo trying to thread it through, but it's Bongani who will clear up. Tries to set Tokelo away. It's just to retrieve it. He in turn tried to find Temba. Is thwarted, and now well, that's far too far ahead of the chasing Iheanacho. He's willing to run, but Itumeleng claims that in the South African goal, and the visitors come away with Bongani. Only the group winners, of course, are automatically guaranteed a place in the final tournament. Neither of these sides will want to bet on being one of the top 3 runners-up. Nigerians have a throw-in. Take quickly. Now out. Well, it's pass floated in there, really. Ekong sending it right out to the left flank. Elderson now. go backwards a little bit. Ekong trying to set Moses Simon away. Clumsy challenge there. Stuart Baxter trying to get this South African side into shape. Elderson there. A foul on Timber. Past the 25-minute mark. Nigeria. Well, there we have it. 3 shots on goal, but all of them rather scrappy efforts, if the truth be known. And for all their greater possession, the Nigerians are struggling to find top gear here. It's a dogged rival. Out on the right, it's Abdullahi. Well, once again, the appeal for hands, but that one somewhat ambitious in my view. Have a free kick. That infringement was correctly seen by Yusuf Esrai, today's man in black. Nigeria have a free kick some 30 metres out. Dumoulin organising his wall. Ndidi also takes his place in the wall. There's a potential decoy. Shaping up to take it is Moses Simon. To the wall, cleared towards the halfway line, and it's all the way back with Nigerian keeper Akpeyi. Abdullahi again trying to spark some life into the Nigerian engine room. It's cleared by Dean Furman. South Africa just relying on the occasional counter-attack at this stage. Just wanted to draw any early sting from their hosts. That they have done. Throw it now to the visitors with Tebogo. Amazing. Just a few yards down the touchline to Sibusiso. It's back with Tebogo for another throw. Oh, well, Bongani took too long to bring that one down, and here go the Nigerians with Etebo. Lays it off. To Iwobi. Just on the left-hand edge of the box. Plays it back in the cross. Well, the cross is aimed towards Moses. Awaziem picks it up. Lofty pass out to the left flank. Well, Iheanacho tried to anticipate the header, cut out. It's Elderson. Out on the left is Iwobi. Work to do, 2 men on him. Nigeria having to be patient. All the doors look locked at the moment, but who has the key? Nobody at the moment. Goal kick to the South Africans. We've had half an hour of this Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. Match day 1 in Group E. Nigeria 0, South Africa 0. Sides due to meet again in South Africa. I believe this one's early October. The 12th of October. That's been penciled in for the return. Nigeria will want to have 3 points from this one on the board as insurance before heading off for that one. Both sides, of course, will be looking to pick up maximum points from their matches with Libya and Seychelles. A reminder that Libya saw off Seychelles 5-1 last night in Egypt. But we're looking at the two sides here who should finish 1 and 2. The key issue is in which order. Only the best 3 runners-up will go through to the finals, of course. Once again, too far ahead of Iheanacho to chase. Very cagey affair so far. Still awaiting a goal. Of course, there's plenty of action around the continent this weekend. Other opening round matches include Tunisia against Egypt. Egypt, of course, have won the title a record 7 times. Runners up to Cameroon in the final earlier this year. That one's in Group J. H, Ivory Coast, 2015 winners taking on Guinea. Of course, the Ivory Coast this week remembering the former Newcastle fielder Sheikh Tuti, of course, died of a heart attack, shockingly, a few days ago in China. Haven't been called into the squad for the match against Guinea. But, well, had a few incidences of players dying in recent years. Thinking back to Marc-Vivien Foé, of course, a few years ago now in France, Cameroon star. Tiote, the latest, just the age of 30, all-action midfielder. Ivory Coast, incidentally, go into that Group H game against Guinea, having lost a friendly 5-0 to Holland under their new coach, Mark Wilmots. Of course, even worse for Wilmots, being a Belgian, not the best way to start his tenure by losing to his neighbours. Well, 48 teams spread over 12 groups, going for 16 places. It's a long road. And it's a winding one so far for these two sides. Neither side had periods of domination of this tournament. Just break off as well. Oh, and he had, well, I wonder if that might have just crept in under the bar, actually. Had Etebo not pushed it over. Moses Simon there just cutting in on the left, just floating a ball towards Etebo's top right-hand corner. Keeper was alert to it, took no chances. The corner comes to nothing. So the goal kick for South Africa. Mphahlele is out for a throw, midway inside the Nigerian half. Stuart Baxter may be forgiven for feeling that this is a performance that's lacked a little bit of shape so far in these opening 40 minutes. Just holding on to Etebo a little over-enthusiastically there. Nigerians work it out to the left. Read inside now to Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester. Communication breaks down there, but Awaziem will retrieve it. Porto defender. Cutting in from the right flank, Abdoulaye Shehu. Skipper Eddie Genye. Ball just travels through to Mphahlele in the South African goal. 5 minutes to half time, 0-0. Nigeria, as I say, they've won 7 of 12 previous matchups against the South Africans. But having to work hard this evening. To Nigeria. Abdoulaye to take. finds Etebo. He switches that wide and forces Elderson to backtrack. He finds Ndidi. Now cut in. Too far out to unleash anything, and the move breaks down. Long ball through now. And the cross from the left is, well, oh, well, I was going to say it's well cut out. Oh, it's off the post. Well, when your luck's not in. Dear me, I thought Daniel Akpeyi had claimed that one. He dropped it. And Sibusiso hitting the post. It's a fine run by Tebogo. Got the crossover. The keeper seemed to claim it. And it was Timber in the end. Sibusiso just behind him. Timber in the end, just flipping the ball goalwards. Came back off the post. Well, that was nearly a shocker for the Nigerians. Well worked move and a good cross from Tebogo. Really, Daniel Akpeyi at fault. He had the ball with both hands and just dropped it. As his body hit the turf. Moses again there. Often at the hub of Nigeria's most creative moves, but not so much there.
Well, what a let-off that was
for Nigeria. Zwane of Mamelodi Sundowns hitting the post. He looks back at that, he'll think, how on earth did he miss the target? Well, a couple of centimetres would have made all the difference, but it remains 0-0. 100 seconds to go to half-time.